So you've got an iPhone and you want to create cinematic, high quality videos with your smartphone, but you don't know where to get started. You don't know what settings to use. You don't know what equipment to use, how to get cinematic movements. And in the end, you don't even know where to get started. If this description fits you, then this video is perfect for you, as I will walk you step by step through the process of shooting high quality videos with your iPhone. Let's get started. Hey, what's up everybody? In case you're new here, welcome. I'm super glad to have you. My name is Julian. I'm the creator of Smartphone Filmmaking Pro, and on this channel we talk about making better videos using our smartphone. So in case that sounds interesting for you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So today we will talk about shooting some high quality videos using our iPhone 15 Pro. And I'm just using the iPhone 15 Pro, but pretty much everything that I'm sharing with you in this video will also apply to the 14 Pro, to the 13, and pretty much to any other smartphone as well, but psst, don't tell that anybody. All right, so let's talk about the best settings for shooting some epic B-roll using your iPhone 15 Pro, and to be honest, it will also work pretty much the same also with any other smartphone. So when it comes to the frames per second, I always like to shoot these videos at 60 frames per second, because then afterwards I just have the option to speed my clips up. I can also slow them down. I can play them at normal speed. I just have all the opportunities in the post-production. If I were to shoot my videos at 24 frames per second, which is the cinematic frame rate that everybody tells me all the time, well, it is true, but then I don't have the option to slow my clips down. So yeah, that's basically what I like to use. When it comes to the exposure and especially the shutter speed, I always recommend to have a shutter speed that's twice your frame rate. So for example, if I'm shooting at 60 frames, I like to have a shutter speed of 1/120th of a second. Currently, it's very bright outside, so I do need to use an ND filter to get that exposure. But if you're shooting inside, then this probably won't be a problem. When it comes to white balance, tint, and so on, you just have to adjust this depending on your environment, and that is basically it. When it comes to the lens, I usually recommend to shoot most of your stuff with the 1x lens, the standard lens, because this has the widest open aperture and will just deliver the best quality. But very important, when you're shooting B-roll, make sure to mix it up. Don't always use this. Also use the ultra wide angle, always use the 3x or the 5x, especially if you have the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Use the 5x because then you can just get a very interesting look. The entire music for this and for most of my other videos comes from Epidemic Sound, which very kindly sponsored today's video. If you're a content creator, you surely need some high quality music and sound effects all the time. Epidemic Sound has more than 40,000 tracks and more than 90,000 sound effects with all rights included. One important topic as a content creator that very few people talk about is making enough money to support yourself and your family. The way to do it is through AdSense, affiliate links, sponsored videos, and on the back end we have a couple of online courses. If you're an aspiring content creator looking for an extra source of income, you definitely need to check out Epidemic Sound's community program. Try the best music and sound effects for your videos by signing up for a 30-day free trial at Epidemic Sound, and also make sure to join the community program to make some extra money. Use the link in the video description, and again, a huge thanks to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. So first of all, let's clarify what gear should you have to shoot the highest quality videos, because you might be thinking that you need a stabilizer and add-on lenses and lights and a microphone and everything in between. And the reality is you can get some absolutely amazing results just using your smartphone. The internal stabilization is amazing, so you can get away without using a 3-axis gimbal just fine. You have 3 different lenses built in. Well, and even if you believe Apple, then you even have 7 lenses with the iPhone 15 Pro. So basically you have everything that you need built into your smartphone. But if you want to get even a bit more than that, if you want to get to the next level, then I would absolutely recommend that your first investment should be a 3-axis gimbal, as this just, opens up a completely new world of possibilities. You can get some super stable shots, you can get some dynamic shots, and in the end, this will just, create a completely new world of possibilities for you. As I've said before, is it essential? No, but if you have the cash to spare, then definitely the first place that I would look to would be a 3-axis gimbal, and one gimbal that I can always recommend is the Hohem iSteady M6. But generally speaking, long story short, when it comes to the gear, just start out with what you have and get started. One tip that I have for you to make your videos stand out from the crowd and to just make them look more cinematic and more like it was shot with a real camera compared to a smartphone is to create depth in your image. And I'll just show you very quickly how this works. So usually with a big DSLR camera, you have a large sensor, you can bump up the aperture and then you will get a very shallow depth of field. With a smartphone, you cannot really do this. So, one way on how you can sort of fake it or how you can get depth is to, first of all, get really close to your object. So don't be like super far away. This also looks okay, but just get close to your object, then focus on the thing that you want to film. Make sure to lock the focus and the exposure by long pressing, and then make sure that you have some sort of foreground. So you can see right here, I have another leaf in the foreground, and now if I press the record button and move around, then you just get a much more interesting image. And currently it's a bit windy and it's a bit difficult to get this, but generally speaking, this is how you can create depth. And you can also do this when you're filming, I don't know, trees or whatever. This basically works with anything. And I do have a small bonus tip for you, because internally you can only record in ProRes 4K at up to 24 frames per second. You cannot shoot at 60 frames internally. You would have to use an external SSD to get that. But if you're using an external app or a third-party app, basically, for example, the Blackmagic camera app, you can also shoot in log with Apple Log, basically the same thing that you get also with the native app. And here you can also record internally at 60 frames per second in log, which is just super cool. In case you want to see an entire breakdown or entire walkthrough of the Blackmagic app, and click this video up here. So one of the new main features of the iPhone 15 Pro has been that now you can record in log directly on your smartphone. Previously, you could also get a log image, but you would have to use Filmic Pro, for example, or the Beastcam app to get this. And now it's natively built into the camera app. And generally speaking, when it comes to shooting in log, I would only recommend to do this if you're willing to put in some work in the post-production. This will definitely create a new world of possibilities, as you can just tweak the image way better compared to not shooting in log. But as I've said before, it's also just a lot more work. So if you're willing to put in the work, then absolutely do this. And I have been doing it for this video specifically, but I've shot hundreds of video without log and they also looked very, very good. So if you have an iPhone 13, 14, whatever, don't feel like you now have to upgrade for this feature, because it is cool, but it's definitely not essential at all. If you want to learn how you can edit your videos fast and simple on your smartphone or on your computer, then definitely make sure to click the link down below. This will bring you to our brand new CapCut Masterclass, where I'm showing you step by step how you can edit videos just like the one that you have seen in this video. We currently have a very good deal going on where you can join the course for just $47, so make sure to not miss that. I will link it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.